lot of factors that contribute to the world being disconnected. The main cause of this is probably the idea that talking to each other about how we feel means that we're being a burden, annoying, or weak. Listening to you and feeling your pain alongside you is worth making sure you don't feel alone. And that's going to have to be a new standard that the world's going to have to grow up to. Because feeling things, emotions, they're part of our biology. You're allowed to feel what you feel and want to express it too, especially if you're a guy. Being in a friend group who discourage you for talking about your feelings, you don't have to leave them, but you need to find others who are willing to let you be human. Emotions don't go away. Even if you feel numb, they're still there. That's how we can feel nothing and everything all at once. They never really leave until you express them. All the thoughts you have about not telling anyone because it will make them sad, or it's really small and insignificant, so it's fine, it's not a big deal. No matter what it is, expressing it and letting someone know how you are is important for your mental health. I understand a lot of you have become discouraged with this due to people in your life invalidating what you have to say or speaking over you, telling someone else how you are and having to feel their apathetic response. It's scary when people are capable of that, but it shouldn't mean that your search for someone who will really listen to you is over. You don't have to tell the people that you know, but you need to tell someone. You can tell your neighbor, an acquaintance, some random old lady at the shopping center, or you can search Tumblr or Instagram for hashtags that are related to venting or making new friends. Never stop looking for someone who will hear you, because that's what you need. Every human who isn't a psychopath needs this.
I'm a psychopath.
Well, why are you here on this channel called Feeling Better? Everyone is always focused on themselves. It's not selfish, it's just how our brains are wired, to act and plan for ourselves. No one will know how not okay you are unless you tell them directly. No matter how small or how huge something is, you need to tell someone how you are. In some cases, people don't want to intrude on your personal life. So if they do have the emotional knowledge, which not a lot of people do, to notice that you're not okay, they will think, oh, I'll respect their boundaries until they want to come and tell me. And when no one comes, you might conclude that that means that no one cares, which is not true. Just because no one's asking doesn't mean they don't want to know. People keep their thoughts and feelings inside them to protect others from their darkness. And this boils up until the pressure is too much and they eventually explode. It's very kind of you to want to protect the people around you. It's not the best way to do it though. People see sharing their thoughts and feelings with others as something that makes others' lives worse. And in some cases, yeah, but that's only if it's unbalanced. If there's expression from both sides, it creates a ventilation system. That constant creation of emotions, it needs to go somewhere. And having any person to share it with creates a healthy balance for all people involved. The emotions never build up because they have a place to go regularly. You share the pressure of both of your problems, and somehow that dims the bad feelings. It's the most beneficial to connect with each other, not isolate from each other. And yeah, sometimes just being listened to isn't enough. You might want someone who has shared the same variations of pain that you have. It might seem impossible, but someone who understands exists out there, waiting to be found. You might feel like what you have to talk about is too extreme to put on to anyone. There are people out there who have been through what you've been through. No matter how rare a situation, find them. Search hashtags for about what you're going through and message the people who posted them. Ask if they'd like to be venting friends. They're probably bottling up their feelings too, making them feel worse. With this, especially with people with social anxiety, it can be scary because of possible misunderstandings and lots of other things. If you message them and explain to them about what's in this video, someone will grow to have the same understanding as you do, and you can develop a friendship from there. You'll both understand the importance of sharing your pain with each other, especially when you feel like you're being annoying or a burden. The second you think, I'm being annoying, or I'm being a burden, or oh, this is such a tiny thing, it doesn't really matter, right then and there is your cue to tell them. And then all this fear about being annoying or being a burden will fade over time, because you'll both understand what's really important, which is sharing how you feel and how you are to each other, no matter what. You protect each other's feelings by staying connected in your struggles. And sure, some people are introverted and might not be able to handle talking a lot, but it's still doable. Ask them how often they would feel comfortable with chatting, and then stick to that. When it comes to the people who are already in your life, bottom line is that they won't know unless you tell them. And we have to accept that, because that's a reality. People are programmed to be focused on themselves, so tell them, anyone, because once again, feeling your pain with you is worth making sure you don't feel alone. Don't stop until you find someone who agrees. And if you need a bigger picture to focus on, the longer we keep our emotions from each other, the more allergic society will become, and the higher the levels of depression and anxiety become. So don't stop looking, because it's something you need. Tell someone. The main causes, and here we are again.